The question of population growth has long been at the forefront of global economics, encapsulating an intricate balance between resource availability, environmental sustainability, and economic prosperity. As the world's population swells past the 8 billion mark, the debate intensifies. Do we need more or fewer children? Before starting, make sure to click the like and subscribe buttons to stay updated with the latest content. The implications of this question are multifold, with impacts that ripple across economic landscapes, influencing labor markets, fiscal policies, and socioeconomic structures. Yet there's no straightforward answer. On one hand, a growing population ensures a continual supply of labor and potential innovators. On the other hand, overpopulation can strain resources and exacerbate economic inequality. Several nations currently grapple with their unique demographic realities. For instance, countries like Japan and Italy are experiencing a shrinking and aging population due to persistently low birth rates. This demographic shift presents profound economic challenges, such as labor shortages, strained public finances, and the possible stagnation of economic growth. Conversely, nations with high birth rates, including many African countries, are dealing with their own set of economic trials. Rapid population growth can exert immense pressure on infrastructure, resources, and social services, potentially stifling economic development and exacerbating poverty levels. To complicate matters further, there's the critical factor of the global environment. With a burgeoning global population, the strain on the planet's resources intensifies, leading to debates surrounding sustainability and our capacity to provide for future generations. Drawing on these diverse scenarios and implications, the question of whether we need more or fewer children transcends beyond the personal or societal level, becoming a global economic conundrum. It invites us to examine the delicate balance between population growth and economic sustainability, compelling us to navigate the dynamics between demographic trends and economic progress. In this video, we'll try to answer this question and examine the challenges either option will present. We'll also talk about whether there is any way to get around this seemingly unsolvable paradox. First, do we need more or fewer children in the world? Determining whether we need more or fewer children in the world requires a nuanced examination of the current global scenario, as both high and low birth rates present their unique economic challenges and opportunities. In countries with persistently low birth rates, such as Japan and Italy, there are significant economic and social concerns. These nations face a shrinking workforce, leading to potential labor shortages that could stunt economic growth. Simultaneously, a growing elderly population puts a strain on social services and public finances, which are increasingly required to support healthcare and pension schemes. In these instances, an argument could be made that encouraging higher birth rates could alleviate some of these pressures by rejuvenating the workforce and rebalancing the demographic profile. On the other hand, in countries with high birth rates, like many in Africa and parts of Asia, there are different challenges. Rapid population growth can put substantial pressure on infrastructure, resources, and social services. High birth rates can potentially lead to overpopulation, exacerbating issues such as unemployment, poverty, and inadequate healthcare and education services. In these cases, policies aimed at slowing population growth could play a crucial role in economic development. However, the question of whether we need more or fewer children globally isn't solely an economic one. Environmental considerations, particularly those relating to overconsumption and the strain on the planet's resources, come into play. Increasing population, regardless of whether it's in countries with high or low birth rates, contributes to the demand for food, water, and energy, and the challenge of maintaining sustainable practices becomes even more pressing. The issue of global population growth isn't a simple matter of needing more or fewer children. It's a complex topic that depends on the specific economic, social, and environmental circumstances of individual countries. Policies surrounding birth rates need to be formulated carefully, taking into account the unique context of each nation along with broader global considerations. What challenges will the world face if we keep having more children? If the world continues to experience significant population growth due to high birth rates, many challenges could arise, affecting various sectors and facets of life. Among the most pressing concerns is the stress exerted on the planet's resources. As the population swells, the demand for food, water, energy, and housing intensifies, possibly leading to severe shortages. Notably, the agricultural sector would face immense pressure to feed the growing populace, which could in turn escalate deforestation and habitat destruction as we scramble to create more arable land. Also, increased population growth can worsen environmental issues such as climate change. The larger the population, the higher the greenhouse gas emissions, particularly in developing countries, where a significant portion of emissions is attributed to sectors like agriculture and deforestation. This phenomenon could contribute to global warming at an even more alarming rate, leading to more frequent and severe weather events, rising sea levels, and other disastrous effects. From an economic perspective, countries with high birth rates often grapple with challenges such as overburdened infrastructure and inadequate provision of services like healthcare and education. Rapid population growth can result in overcrowded cities and slums, strained transportation networks, and insufficient sanitation facilities. Meanwhile, the demand for educational facilities and teachers might outstrip the supply, leaving many children without access to quality education. This situation could lead to a sizable unskilled labor force, exacerbating issues like unemployment and poverty. Countries with high birth rates, particularly those in developing regions, may struggle with political instability. Rapid population growth can strain government resources and capabilities, making it challenging to provide essential services and maintain social order. This strain can breed discontent among the populace, potentially leading to social unrest or exacerbating existing conflicts. What will it look like if the table is turned and the world curbs population growth? In a world where population growth is curbed, various notable changes could unfold, especially in the economic, social, and environmental domains. Economically, reduced birth rates could lead to a decrease in potential labor supply. While this might initially seem like a disadvantage, it could also lead to higher capital per worker, potentially boosting productivity levels and increasing wages, provided other economic conditions are favorable. A decrease in population growth can alleviate pressures on infrastructure, health systems, and educational institutions. With fewer people to cater to, governments can focus on improving the quality of services, leading to advancements in areas like healthcare and education. Infrastructure such as housing, transportation networks, and utilities would be less likely to suffer from overcrowding and overuse, allowing for better maintenance and sustainable expansion. However, a significant decrease in birth rates would also lead to an aging population. Countries would need to tackle challenges associated with a higher dependency ratio, where fewer working-age people support a larger elderly population. This shift could strain public finances and social security systems and may necessitate changes in policies such as retirement age and pension schemes. Environmentally, a world with controlled population growth could be more sustainable. Lower population levels would likely reduce the pressure on the planet's resources, including food, water, and energy. It could slow down the rate of deforestation, loss of biodiversity, and pollution. In the context of climate change, less population growth could also help reduce greenhouse gas emissions, contributing to global efforts to mitigate the impacts of global warming. Can we find a solution to this seemingly unsolvable paradox? Addressing the complex issue of global population growth requires a multifaceted and flexible approach, one that acknowledges and respects regional variations while striving for global sustainability. Education plays a key role in resolving this conundrum. It is especially essential in improving understanding and awareness of family planning methods, thereby enabling couples to make informed decisions about the number of children they wish to have. Improved education, particularly for girls, has been proven to correlate strongly with lower birth rates. Also, economic policies need to be adaptable and responsive to demographic shifts. For instance, in countries with an aging population, labor market policies could be revised to increase the participation of underrepresented groups such as older workers and women, and to enhance productivity through technology and innovation. For countries dealing with high birth rates, investments in education and healthcare could help ensure that a large population becomes an asset, turning a potential demographic burden into a demographic dividend. At the same time, sustainable development should be at the heart of our efforts. Ensuring that we use resources wisely, adopt environmentally friendly practices, and strive for circular economies can help mitigate the environmental impact of both growing and shrinking populations. Also, international cooperation is indispensable for addressing issues that transcend national borders, such as climate change, which is closely linked with population dynamics. Countries should work together to share knowledge, best practices, and resources, and to forge joint strategies in dealing with shared challenges. There you have it. While curbing population growth can help address some challenges, it's crucial to remember that it isn't a panacea. Many issues, including economic inequality, poor governance, and unsustainable consumption and production patterns, can persist even in a world with fewer people. Addressing these requires comprehensive and well-rounded strategies beyond population control.